Well, the wait is finally over. Games Workshop has officially revealed the price of the Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon Launch Box. And now comes the real question. Is the price actually worth it? Because for the past few months, we've been talking about new rules, new orcs, new blood angels, and of course, the new detachments. All of the important stuff. It's all the stuff coming in 11th edition, all the new stuff. But none of that matters if the price is too high. So today, we're breaking down exactly what you get, how much you're actually paying, and whether I think this is a good buy for beginners or not a good buy. First, let's get the big number out of the way. The official retail price is $295 USD. I'll be honest, that is almost exactly what the internet and I expected. Before today, I guessed somewhere between about $250 and $300, and Games Workshop landed almost dead in the middle. Now, almost $300 sounds like a lot, because it is. Makes sense. But Warhammer has never really been a cheap hobby. It's not known as a cheap hobby. So the real question isn't, is $295 expensive? The answer to that is obviously yes. The real question is, does it have good enough value for me to buy the box? Now let's actually talk about what you're actually getting inside the Armageddon box. You get 61 brand new miniatures, a full entire Ork force, a full Blood Angels Space Marine force, the new core rules, the lore book, data sheet cards, mission cards, transfer sheets, basically everything two people need to start playing 11th edition right out of the box. That is a lot of plastic, and if you bought everything separately, you would almost certainly spend significantly more. That's usually how these launch boxes work. It's more bang for your buck. They're designed to be the best value way into the hobby, because they're sort of like a gateway into the hobby. Now, here's something I think beginners need to understand, and it's important. There is a huge difference between good value and good purchase. Those are not always the same thing. Let's say someone offered to sell you 2 bicycles for half price. Sounds amazing. But if you only wanted 1 bicycle, did you really save money? No, not really. The exact same thing applies here. If you love both Orks and Blood Angels, the box is probably incredible for you. If you only care about one of the factions, let's say only Orks, then the value starts dropping pretty quick. Because now you're paying for an entire army you may never build, never use, and never play. It just sits there. Now, let's compare this to previous launch boxes. Leviathan launched at $250 back in 2023. Armageddon is coming in at $295. So yes, it is more expensive, but we're also a few years later. Prices across tabletop gaming have generally gone up. And Games Workshop is calling this their biggest Warhammer 40k launch set ever. Their biggest value set. Whether you agree with that or not, that's certainly how they're positioning it. Something else worth mentioning. You probably won't have to pay full retail for the box. Already, several retailers are offering discounts. I've seen prices around $250 and $260 from independent stores. Amazon is even listing it for around $250.75, which is roughly $44 below MSRP. So before you immediately buy from Games Workshop, shop around, look around. You might save enough to buy another unit, or some paints, or a few brushes to use on the brand new models you just spent a pretty good chunk of money on. Anyway, would I recommend this to beginners? Honestly, it depends, but generally, yes. But only under a few conditions. Number 1, you actually like the factions. Don't buy this because everyone else is buying it. Don't buy it because the internet tells you. Buy it because you want it. Orks or Blood Angels. Those are the two that you have to want. Or maybe you have a friend who wants the other half. Split like the cost. Number 2. You know you are interested in Warhammer 40,000. And if you've never built a miniature, never painted one, and never played a game, almost $300 is a pretty big first step. Maybe start with a combat patrol. Maybe paint a few free miniatures. See if you actually enjoy the hobby first before dumping $300. Then you can decide if you want to jump into something this big. And maybe you don't. Maybe you do. It all depends. As for me, I'm still planning exactly what I said a few videos ago. I'm learning everything I can before 11th edition launches. I'm painting. I'm practicing. I'm following every reveal. And now we finally know the price. I can actually decide whether the value makes sense for me. Because I don't want to buy something just because it's new and it's flashy. I want to buy something because I'll actually use it. Bottom line, the Armageddon Launch Box costs $295 USD. Yes, that is expensive. But if you're already planning on collecting both armies, want to jump into 11th edition from day one, and you like everything that's included in the box, I actually think it's a pretty solid value. If you only want one faction, or you're still unsure about the hobby, you might be better off waiting. Either way, we finally have the number, and now everyone can make an informed decision now that we know the price as well. If you guys are new to Warhammer, like I am, subscribe, because I'll be covering everything leading up to 11th edition. The launch, the new models, the rules, whether all of this actually lives up to the hype, whether all of this meets my expectations, everything. My name is Zach, you're watching Warhammer Zone, and thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking with me through this video, and I will hopefully see you in our next video. Peace guys, subscribe.